Talk Live with Rodney Grimes. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people. Yes, with Sir Rod and Lady Z. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we. In God we trust. Positive thinking people. PTP. Positive thinking people. PTP. Positive thinking people. Every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night. PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. Every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every
All right. Good evening. How you doing? This is People to People. That is, People to People, power to power, positive thinking people. My name is Rodney Grimes. I am so excited that I come out to do this. It's Let's Talk About It Wednesday. Things change, as you know, that sometimes our platform is just like I would call it almost like Instagram in a way. Not taking Instagram name, but things just happen where they may just instantly take place. We want to do a shout out to Hanadi, our life coach, who would be here today, who's not feeling very well, and we just send peace and blessings to her, and want her to feel better. Cristy Love is still in the studio standing by, so you already know we still got that Cristy Love for you, and we're gonna make it happen. But guess what? On top of that, just before I got a little surprise guest in here, and I'm not going to tell y'all about her yet because I just want to again do some shout outs. Don't forget about U-Turn Show down in North Carolina, Goldsboro, North Carolina, with my dear friend Richard Teller. Don't forget about him. Actually, Richard came on yesterday. He came on yesterday. I was supposed to be on the program down there on the 18th. So, hey, Richard, my brother, send peace and blessings to you and much love to you down there in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Also, don't forget about Drink to Shrink. Come on now, you know how we doing. We supporting everybody out there. Angel Cook, Shrink to Drink. Drink to Shrink. Okay, that's how that go. And so we're gonna have her here on the 17th, and I'm looking forward to that as well. You trying to lose some weight, clean out your insides, get that body right. That's the lady we need to be talking to. I will also give a little support out to my man Frank Johnson, who just has his book released, Ambitious. I'm reading the book. Actually, I thought that I had it with me. Did I bring it? It's probably sitting in my car seat. But I can tell you, let me tell you something. I started reading the book and didn't want to put it down. I've been enjoying it. And so, mad love to you, Frank, down out of Baltimore. Hey, y'all got to get that book and show some love. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to just introduce you to a phenomenal young lady. Her name is Courtney, right?
Yes.
Courtney, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I am so excited. Okay, so you know what we do. We actually don't prepare certain things. We have people programmed and so forth and so on, but we got to be prepared for anything. Mm-hmm. So, Courtney, you have a nickname, right?
I do. Yes.
What is it?
Cookie.
Cookie.
B.
Huh?
Cookie B.
Cookie B?
Cookie B.
Okay, Cookie B. All right, so we got Cookie B in the studio. You don't mind me calling you Cookie, right?
I do not mind you calling me Cookie.
Okay, because I keep saying Courtney, and I'll be trying to remember, and then my mind be moving so fast, and I forget. But Cookie, I'm going to remember because I had that chocolate chip cookie up in here somewhere.
I saw it. It's over there on the bench.
Yeah. So I was waiting, but baby girl who's working the cameras and stuff over there took
about it, but I'm at peace and I'm excited.
Isn't that a little scary though? That you're gonna be like jumping out there on your own to do something?
It is. And it's funny because I heard someone talking before the show started about that, and I was like, interesting. That's what I just did. So yeah, surprise, surprise. It is scary. Part of me was like, okay, I know I'm supposed. So I've been working this job. I've been working as a financial analyst, fiscal officer for since I started my career. So about 6, 7 years now, and got into it. I have the skill to do it. My resume looks great. My personality, I can go into an interview and they will fall absolutely in love with me. Start the job 6 months in, and I'm like, okay, I'm bored. I don't want to be here anymore. And it's hard for me to stick to be motivated about certain. Um, and in reflecting, I'm reflecting on my daytime job and ran into a deadline issue, which was related to a tech issue, which was related to which was out of my control. They caused some tension between me and my superiors, and it made me think like, why am I so upset? Like, I don't want to be here. Like, I want to be here, but the motivation for me wanting to be here isn't enough for me to stay here in a sense. And seeing kind of how it affected, and I was just like, maybe it's time for me to like jump my little Jonah self off the boat and see where the water takes me. And the fear was like, okay, but my bills. Okay, but you trying to pay off debt, and how is that going to happen at the pace that you want it to happen at if you get rid of just in case. And people are asking me like, yeah, are you gonna, so what are you gonna do, like take a couple weeks off? And kind of I took like a week off of work between the holidays and to reflect on everything, and it was like, okay, what is the best thing for me? What do I feel like I can do? And I'm like, I've been through seasons in my life where I had like no job, no nothing, and it's like God or was lacking in some way, and God provided it in abundance. So I'm like, there's no way God won't still provide in this way here. So any doubt around that like needs to like cease and like go away. Um, so in that, and it's like, and also the backup plan idea, like I can say, yeah, I can jump and take this leave, but in 90 days, depending on how things going, I might jump back in the job. Out it does the way that my spirit, the spirit is like moving me internally. So yeah, so I made the decision, put the resignation in, and it's like, okay, now just wait till my last day. And in that, it's also a challenge because then you can get the mindset of like, well, I'm leaving here anyway, or I'm leaving this space anyway, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a job, whether it be some other type of commitment, and trying to keep an attitude of, no, but I should still serve in excellence. No, let me still operate in grace and love. Let me still operate in a way that shows, that shows my light while I'm here. Because it was like, I'm like, I could easily walk into this place and just not speak to anybody, close my door off to people, until my last day. And it's like, no, how can I continue to be a light in the transition? So yeah, challenging myself to do that. But when I got peace about it, it was like 2, 3 days. It's like all of a sudden I'm booked for January. All of a sudden I'm booked for half of February. And it's like, it's been 2 days since I said yes. I see where you're going with this. I'm gonna go with the flow, So God is amazing.
It's all about faith.
It's so amazing.
It's all about faith.
So amazing, yeah.
I always tell people if you can conceive it, then you can achieve it.
Yeah.
And so listening to you, obviously you know how to swim.
Yes, I learned before.
Yeah, you know why I'm just saying that because you get ready to jump off the boat. You said
I'm jumping off the boat. You never know.
Yeah, so you get ready to jump, and you got to be able to float, but you dog pedal, but you need to be able to swim. Mm-hmm. A lot of people need to be able to do that, but and he said, you can swim. I said, yeah. So he said, well, go down to 9 feet and jump in. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, I can't jump in 9 feet. Say, if you can swim in 5 feet, you can swim in 9 feet. Mm-hmm. So I went down there, jumped in 9 feet, started drowning. Because I wasn't prepared mentally. Right? Uh-huh. So the lifeguard, I never forget, all that water was coming in me, and I saw this lifeguard. She was just this pretty, blonde hair, white young lady, dived in and swooped me up and took me up to the top, and I was coughing and throwing up the water.
Like, she took me to the side. Anytime. Go ahead.
You know what she said? No. What did you do that for? Well, I'm thinking about what you were saying. You being prepared and knowing that God got you.
Yeah.
I knew that I could swim,
Uh-huh.
but for the bottom anymore. See, that's what made me panic.
Mm.
When I jumped in the first time, I was looking for the bottom, and when I didn't feel it, I forgot all about everything else and start to panic, right? So this time she said, if you
Interesting.
jump in, I'm not going to save you.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, so what you get ready to do? I said, I'm getting ready to jump in. Now that's me trusting in God, trusting in myself, knowing that I know I can swim and I can do this.
Yeah.
And I jumped in and I've been swimming in 9, 12 feet, 15 feet. It didn't matter. I just started swimming after that.
Uh-huh.
So with that said, I can see where you're going to jump into doing what you love to do
Yeah.
and you're going to swim.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited
It was
about that.
some sweat.
So you do poetry.
I do poetry, yeah.
Do you write it or do you? I'm really excited about is that you being a young black female
Mm-hmm.
doing what you're doing and not afraid to get out there to take a chance. That's real powerful. So who, if I may ask, inspire you?
Ooh, who inspires me? Uh, I can't pin a specific person. Um,
So it's no woman or a grandmother, auntie, or somebody that, I mean, like really kind of set a tone for you.
no, I can't say so. My dad was a businessman. He used to teach us blessed is the child who has his own, which is not a scripture in anybody's Bible, but he said it like it was scripture. He taught me how to sell candy. There was like a lot of stubborn years, a lot of years closed off to people with my arm up. Like I don't trust people. I don't between not trusting them or not letting them in, or wanting to let them in and not knowing how to connect or communicate with them. Yeah, I kind of been
So you kind of basically been your own mentor.
in my own, yeah,
It's
which is
nothing
hard.
wrong with
Which
that.
is hard because this. I mean, I could see people from a distance and be like, oh man, this person is absolutely amazing. I want to connect with her or I want to connect with him. Um, but no one has been that person enough for in a way where it's like I actually connect with them and it's like been some long term thing. Let me check in with Cookie or there was actually something that or I followed them enough. Like I could see people online and be like, oh, she's great, but I wouldn't like follow and like keep up with the person.
College behind you.
Yeah, I went to school.
Where did you go to school at?
Allegheny College in Northwestern Pennsylvania.
Okay.
There
And what was that like?
tumbleweeds out there. It was an interesting experience. Um, I didn't want to be there. My mom sent me there. Well, she didn't. I replied because I heard about the school and I was like, oh, okay. Then I got an email. I heard about the school. Then I got an email from them and I was like, interesting. Somebody just mentioned the school and it was like free application. We'll waive the application fee. And I was like, what the heck? What would it hurt? Applied. They got back to me like within 2 weeks and they're offering me a full ride and I was like, this doesn't matter because I'm not going. So I like hid the paper. My mom found it. I got to school, and one of my favorite teachers is like, "Your mom found this letter. You got a full ride." I'm like, "Why have you been talking to my mother? Why is she in my stuff?" like, and they're like, you should go to that school. It's a great school. Ended up going. My experience was more, uh, was more ministry based than it was academic based. My homework, I'll do the quizzes, cool, and then I'll like ace the final, and it's like, okay, I'm passing with the B. All right, this is great. This is going to get me through. But I wasn't very invested academically. When I got up there, I was like new lover of Jesus, and I remember posting something on Facebook that kind of screwed up all of my social life early on. Everybody's like, "Oh, she's a Jesus lover, she's a little Jesus freak," and that kind of shaping that, making me feel like, "Oh, I don't want to be here," but God is also like, "No, but you have to be there," and me taking that experience and it's like, okay, I already seen this person, so let's kind of see how this goes. And ended up doing a lot of like ministry work, like young adult keeping. So when underclassmen came in behind me, like, oh, let me help you, let me connect. Call me all you want, and then people will get to know me, and they're like, "You're nothing like everybody said." I'm like, "Nobody knows me. Like, talk to me." And you will, it's like this little light bulb, this ball of light, and it's like, "Oh, we just want to embrace you." And it's like, yeah, it's okay. You can't listen to everybody. You should like talk to people. But so like engaging people like falling in love with the light that I shared and with the energy that I shared on campus. And it was like people who hated me like my freshman for the first couple of months of my freshman year, loving me like the second half of freshman year and sophomore year. And it's like, God, you are funny. Like, and meanwhile, at the time, I was like getting out of this shy bubble. Like I remember saying prayers like, okay, God, like help me to talk to people. You know, how can I share your gospel, share your word, share your light, share your being with others. And him like,
In your conversation, did you definitely have God in your life?
yeah.
And it's just from us talking a little bit prior to us coming on the air, I realized I said this young lady know the Lord, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's real powerful when you have God in your life and you have
Mhm.
that confidence behind Him, and you can just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So outside of that, now you do photography as well.
Mhm.
So how
Cookie
did you get into photography?
cookie captures. Okay. How did I get into photography? So I used to like hobby photography throughout high school, just with my friends, like keeping a little pocket camera on me to make sure when we go out to do wild, crazy things, not like wild, crazy like you would think wild and crazy, but we were from high school. They were like posting statuses on Facebook, like, "Yeah, I got a wedding," or I'm about to have a baby. I need portraits," and I'm like, "Oh," and they're like, "But every photographer costs like 8,000. Want my whole arms for me to shoot me," and I'm like, "That's ridiculous." So, Cookie Captures kind of came around with this idea to provide professional and quality photography services or an experience of photography more so. Um, without people having to pay
A
their whole
large,
life large
yeah.
amounts, especially it's like you run across people and it's like I need two photos of my face for my job or for this flyer or of my child in a sense, and it's like people are charging you $300-400 or something like that, and to get something quality between like the quality and just the experience overall, because you can easily, all right, I'm gonna go to JCPenney, let me do a shoot, don't give me the prints. um and thinking about it like that, and then later on kind of pondering on it, it's like I can go LLC. Okay, let's what does a business look like? All right, let's pick a name, let's get the structure together. And yeah, Cookie Captures has been, we are 6 years strong this year, so it's fun.
I started photo time and production back in it was 1985,
Mhm.
and I actually been shooting ever since I was 15 years old. So it's a love. It's a love for me as well.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited. First of all, just that I had the opportunity to meet you
Yeah.
because you are bringing some energy. No, um, I've had this opportunity to now have you in the studio. Today, we had to make adjustments because Cookie came in to do some business. She came in to do some business, and one of your questions you asked me, "How do you get people to be on the show?"
That's funny.
And again, shout out to Hanadi, our life coach, my life coach, who's not feeling well. She just wanted to look out for everyone, and she was like, you know what, Rodney, I'd rather not come in
Mhm.
and expose any germs to anybody. So I was like, okay, we got this. And then I realized also I got this young lady coming up, and then once we start talking, I got intrigued with everything that we were talking about. I was like, and then you asked that question, and when you walked out, individuals like yourself,
Yeah.
people who are trying to do things, get out here, jump into self-employment, follow their life dreams, build on an area of self-preservation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And don't forget to keep God in the midst of everything.
That's the only
You
way
know,
it's gonna work. Look.
believe me. I mean, I do it every day. We was in Bible study a little bit yesterday with some friends of ours, and I love when I get into the word that I get something strong out of it.
Mhm.
And my mission this year is just to concentrate on my faith and trust God, and everything, everything. Like
Yeah.
right now, I got some issues that I got to deal with, but I got to trust God. Guys, I just know it's going to work itself out, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
Absolutely. Mhm.
It's almost
Like
like,
out of my control.
yeah, you know what? What I would look at is almost like this: you as a person, you say you can swim.
Mhm.
The pool don't open up all year round. You can't go to the beach all year round not unless you're in California somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Do you forget to swim? Do you
No.
forget how to swim?
Mm.
No.
Not if you've been doing it for a while.
Right.
Yeah, if you
But
like
even and if it's gonna save your life,
it's
believe
gonna
me,
come back.
it's gonna come back, right? So that's pretty much where we are with life itself. And what I'm doing is I'm actually getting back into renewing my faith, trusting God, and moving forward to a point where I know that I'm going to be able to swim right through this journey here, and I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, and
So
if you
again, I'm
don't,
just so excited that I've had the opportunity to meet you and to have you on the show.
thank you.
What I'm really looking forward to is some of the stand strong, the team that we have, everybody that from beginning to end. And then to have you to come in to also, it's almost like we got some icing, but now we brought a little bit of color to it. We got something to change the flavor,
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I would love to make sure that you promise to come back. And the next time you come, what I would like for you to do, I want you to come
Yeah.
in as an artist with
Spoken word.
your
You wanna
spoken
say
word.
it? Okay.
And if like I said, if there's any callers that really want to call in real quick and ask Miss Cookie some questions, remember the number is 703-752-6120, 703-752-6120. And don't forget about the Cash App. Hey, we always looking for sponsorship and help. The Cash, I leave my old faith right there. And when I wake up with a new faith. I wake up with a new energy. I wake up with a smile, and I give God thanks that I have another day to have a choice and a voice to make a difference in my life, to meet people like you, and to be able to help people. I see you doing big things, and I appreciate you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so this is People to People with Rodney Grimes, and guess who's coming up next? We got this Cristy Love, get ready to come in the house, and
Ooh.
again, we thank Cookie for coming up from Baltimore.
Thank you.
It's real powerful. So y'all just stay tuned. Cookie's already made a commitment to be able to come back in and do some poetry with me, and
Every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night.
I'm just happy. Here we go with Cristy Love. I got Cristy Love in here with me now.
Hey, Rodney.
Hey,
We're
darling, how you
back.
doing?
I'm doing lovely. How are you?
God is good. This is another day for us to just be a blessing, right?
That's right. That's what we're
So,
here
so,
for.
so what happened was, Hanadi was going to be in with you. Y'all was going to carry on doing the Let's Talk About It Wednesday.
Yep.
This sometimes you gotta watch what you say so that people don't take it the wrong way. But they say, if I'm just gonna say it like this: if a person ain't feeling good, they ain't gonna stop the show. That other saying that
Yeah.
one I can't say that, but I ain't gonna say it because then they would be like, well, no, he didn't just say that. But anyway,
But these days you have to say that because with COVID going around, I mean, we can't stop our life. It's like every other person is getting the second one.
yeah, it's
So and the first one. So
it's
we got to
crazy.
keep going. I mean, we pray for those who catch it, but they please stay home.
Well,
Please stay home if you don't feel well.
you know what's really
Fear, at least for me, and I know for some others, um, fear can get you stuck. And if
It
you're
can.
stuck, you're not moving.
how about that?
If you're not moving, just like the other speaker, she moved.
Yeah,
She jumped off the boat and she leaped and she just overcame her fear. And everybody does it differently. And I always wonder, well, what does it look like to overcome my fears? And can I do it? And it helps to know your purpose.
yeah,
What she was doing, she was moving on God's basically command in her purpose.
yeah.
And that makes it easier.
So many people will not follow through with their dreams because of fear. And they be like, oh, I'm scared to fall down. But it's not how you fall, it's how you get up.
Absolutely.
Some basis.
Yeah.
But you know something, I also deal with the fact that I'm working on my faith.
Exactly.
So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just so concentrating on my faith that I'm not in the arena to let fear conquer anything over me.
Mhm.
And for many people out there who be struggling, if you're struggling with a situation, don't let fear be the factor. You know the movie, I mean that's the show they got Fear Factor. How many people go on there and they have to deal with these things and they thinking money gonna
Oh,
get
that
them.
show.
Yeah,
Yes, I love that show.
right. And you
Okay.
know what's funny about that though?
What?
Money will make you try some crazy things.
They
Cause
were doing it too, weren't they? They were busting their butt, but they
girl, they
just
be on
jumped out
there.
there.
They be on and eat a bucket of worms with
They
pig
were
intestines
mealworms.
and
That
all
was
this
so
stuff in
nasty. Yeah.
there just to prove that they are not afraid to do it. Ah, that's not me. My faith is bigger than that. I can't take that and go and let my fear push me over to where I do almost anything.
But you know what? That fear was ego based.
Okay.
So the fear of maybe in your purpose and in success is driven differently, at least for me. Sometimes the fear is still ego based, but it's easier for me at least to prove myself that I can do something like eat worms. But to start a business where I'm responsible for multiple people, but that's my purpose.
If you believe in yourself and you trust in God,
Mm-hmm.
then the fear shouldn't be a factor.
Shouldn't be, but we're human. I mean, you're right. But let's be real. It's a lot to carry. Like, I mean, look at your show is phenomenal. And it's going to go to a place you already seen it. God's already shown you. Fear shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
But we're human.
And you're right.
But so for 2022, God told me preparation, which she's already spoke about. You spoke about being prepared.
Hmm.
He told me those were my words to focus on with the movement. He gave me the words, and then he gave me the support of what I need to focus on: preparation, faith, and there was one other one, obedience.
Okay.
So that's why I don't. That's why I don't feel fear for this year, because he says everything is coming true this year.
Yeah.
But now with the obedience, I know the how, because the how.
Um, Fear to be the target. I'm going to constantly work on my faith so that I will be able to move forward and be positive about everything that I do. We
That's
was in
beautiful.
Romans,
Uh huh.
um, the third chapter, I think it is, and I was excited because I realized that all I really have to do is work on that relationship between me and God,
Mm-hmm.
and then the fear will move out the way.
Yes.
And
And
then,
that's what he
yeah,
does.
that's exactly where I'm at right now. And for many people out there, I'm hoping that you'll find it in your journey that you'll be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. So, with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
talking about some of the things. What's some of the things that make you allow fear to overcome you?
So for me, what I'm working on now, the fear is just basically jumping in and not worrying about the how.
Right.
Because once I'm obedient to God, like he's going to provide me the how. So I get to trust the process and just wait.
Mm-hmm.
So I already know it helps me that because I've worked on my communication with God,
Mm-hmm.
he's done showed me some things, not everything, but he's just gave me the subtle outline of what's coming. So all I do now is I get to wait and be obedient to him and trust the process. He done gave me the story of the manna.
Mm-hmm.
Everything like when I have that relationship with God, like if I didn't have that relationship, oh, I would be scared. But now that I have that connection again and I'm communicating with him again, he's communicating with me and I allow him. You remember you talked about submission?
Yeah.
I'm submitting myself and letting him take over. It feels just sit down, sit in a cabin. He
But
writes it out.
so when you said let God do it, then this what sometimes gets me. So you get some people that they'll be praying about a situation and they be like, yeah, well, God, I want this job, but they stay in the bed.
Mhm.
I mean, what's gonna happen? The job gonna come to you.
No,
You got to you got to do your part.
you got to do your due.
That's almost like getting into the word. In order for you, I'm gonna grab this real quick.
Mhm.
So in order for you to be able to understand the Bible, you got to get in there and read it.
You got to do the
You
work.
got to open it up and start to study the word so that you can, because we got a whole new dynamic way of living.
Mhm.
I went in the grocery store today. I mean, I'm 61 years old, and I never could recall going into the grocery store and seeing it empty. But
Mhm.
over these last 2 years, I done seen it so many times,
Yeah.
and it's scary.
It's very scary. The people don't even know about like farmers not able to farm, the issues with seeds and farming, and the red tape with just being a farmer. So it's hard for us to get our vegetables and all of that. And then with the meats and everybody's getting sick. Like our animals are sick. We're sick.
You know that I feel like the world is contaminated.
Hmm.
I feel like your money so your money will save you. You learn how to give the respect to the woman that's in your home and the man that's in there and your children. You get your children where they understand their positions, loving one another, showing the respect, walking like kings and queens that we are.
Exactly.
And this is not about just anybody. This is about all of us, people to
Hmm.
people. You know,
Building our community back.
yes, getting out there, getting the community
I
back.
mean, people. I keep trying not to bring this up, but I can't hold back anymore. I mean, young people. I don't know if they even know about Black Wall Street. I mean, what happened to our community?
Yeah,
What happened to us supporting each other?
it's you know what. So this is funny. I think sometimes we get scared to talk about things because people are so they let that racial wall come up.
Mhm.
Oh, but it's all about us. What it's called self-preservation,
Mhm.
survival of the fittest.
Mhm.
You have to do what you got to do. And I'm gonna tell you something. God made us all in His image, but we still are black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Africans. We got all kind of people, Indians,
Mhm.
right? And he gave us different little flavors,
Mhm.
almost like flowers. We bloom in different ways. Some of them bloom in the springtime, some of them in the summer,
Mhm.
some of them even bloom in the wintertime.
Right.
So, we got to be able to embrace it all.
We do, and everybody has their own community.
But the problem, then you won't find a solution.
Mhm.
Sometimes we sweep it up under the rug.
Right.
Most of the violence that go on in our neighborhoods is on black crime.
Yeah, it
You know,
is.
you got a lot of them. Yeah, we got people to come in and do some stuff, but you can't blame it. If you got a liquor store in your corner and you don't complain about it, yo, then they're gonna build two of them
Mhm.
in the neighborhood. And what's gonna happen? You're gonna think it's okay to go buy a bottle of liquor because it's a liquor store right there. Why
Mhm.
not just make sure it's a library? Why not make sure it's a gym where you can go in and lift weights or play basketball? Why not make
Like just try to be little princess and clean, but I want my community to be healthy. I don't want to see ABC store right next to a Baptist church
Yeah,
on every corner. It
come
doesn't make
on.
sense.
I know.
And then on U-turn, they were talking about how the gentrified areas, and then you see with the white communities, you see the Harris Teeters and the Whole Foods, and
Yeah.
then you will see the nice, pretty like where it used to be the ghetto. You see the nice condominiums. They just swept us away.
But you know something? I find myself many times admiring them. See, I can't get mad at them because just like they hold meetings and talk about
That's what
things,
I'm saying. I want
we
to be
could do the same
involved.
thing. We can go to the meetings and learn.
Mhm.
You know what really bothers me? When I watch the old movies.
Mhm.
And then what happened when we do it, they say we trying to be like them. But we're not trying to be like
We're
them.
just trying to be
We
human.
just we just being human. Sometimes you look in their neighborhoods and you'll wonder why they had all the nice things. Okay, well they had the nice things because they didn't allow the liquor stores and things to come in their community because they went to the meetings and talked about it. So you can't be mad at them. You
Right.
kind of got to look at them and say, "Yo." And in America, it's not really all about white people. See, we got to stop looking at it like that. They have problems just like we do. They have
Mhm.
problems with drugs. They have problems with killing. It's the media that will project us into a arena where people see just the negative about us. But we got to come together and start to going after the media and make the media responsible for what they put out.
Yep.
And we got to speak our voice and be. We have to understand that we have that choice to make that difference.
And then I'm going to tie it back into fear. If we all as a community go back into our purpose, go back to God and ask God, what is our purpose? How do we move forward? And do our assignment that was given to us. We can clean up and get our community back because God is going to line everything up for us. And we can all do it, each one person at a time. One person can make a difference. You, that one person, me, that one person, our guest, that one person. Just letting go of fear and just living in your purpose.
A while ago, some months ago, um, I was given a vision. God told me, Rodney, I want you to build an ark. That's what he told me. I want you to build. I can't build no ark.
You
That
took
was
it
in the Bible,
literally. Yep.
I'm like, build an ark. And then after I started having some dialogue with some other people who know the Lord and believe in God as well, they said, Rodney, had you ever thought about what the message was? And I went back and I prayed over it. I meditated, and I realized he want me to build this ark of people. He want me to have it where we come together and move to because what's going to happen, that all that old negative energy is going to be destroyed. And he want this new ark of people to come together to showing love for one another. Wherever you from. I watched a movie last night, man, my wife, called Little Boy. I highly recommend that you watch this movie. I'm telling you, phenomenal movie.
Okay.
It was about the mustard seed of faith.
Netflix?
It's on Netflix, right, Zena?
I think it was Netflix.
So but let me. I'm gonna just give you a little bit of it. He went into the store and found a can and took one seed out of it, and that one seed was part of his journey. That's I'm gonna leave you with that. But I tell you this: everybody that watched that movie ain't gonna be a teary-eyed. It's not gonna be a dry face in that room watching that movie at the end.
Wow. Powerful.
My man William Slate, Pinky's son, said, if you go in the mirror and you talk to God, three things gonna happen. You're gonna either be in there smiling, crying, or you're gonna be sad. But I understood now what he meant.
Oh, all that was in the movie.
All that's in the movie.
Oh, wow.
Because I still had to watch that movie though. I had to complete it. But as you was talking about fear, that's something that we all have and something that we got to learn to deal with and be able to overcome.
We're going to trust that process.
We have to trust the process. Yeah. So you know what? As we move forward with people to people, Cristy, I really want to just say this publicly. I appreciate you, how you came in. We talk about what we're doing. We build it.
Yep.
This is a process of us coming together. They're going to see changing faces. They're going to see things moving. I said changing faces, change face. I'm just laughing because when I said that, I got a cousin, that's what is on his Facebook is changing faces.
Oh, okay.
You do the work of God, you're going to see things changing. And shout out to everybody out there that's doing things. We just got to keep it moving.
It's good. It's newness.
Yes.
We got to keep moving. That's life.
You know something that I want to bring up too? You remember we was having this private conversation about how people, and this has something to do with fear, when people see Cristy sitting in this seat, who do you think you are to be able to sit in this seat and tell me anything? Who do you think you are? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We got people out there. Who she thinks she is? Who are you?
I'm Cristy Love.
Come on now. All right, come on.
I am Cristy Love, a relationship coach, and I flow through life authentically as myself.
And what you're doing is what you want to do, what you see your purpose.
Yes.
It's not for somebody else to dictate and tell
Nope.
you that you're not capable of doing this.
Nope. I'm doing exactly what God assigned me, and He says, spread His love all over the earth.
Some of the people got to remember, a lot of the rich men weren't rich when they started.
No.
A lot of the famous people weren't famous when they started. Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey. When you think about their stories, they were struggling.
Mhm.
I listened to some of their trials and tribulation of life. I listened to Steve Harvey. He told a story when he was trying to what did he do? He prayed over it. He kept the faith, kept going, and
Mhm.
next thing you know, look at him now. One of the most highly respected and richest stand-up comedians in the world, pretty much.
Yep.
Everybody knows Steve Harvey, but he wasn't always like that.
Right.
And I said that to say, just like you sit in this seat, you're just another vessel that God uses.
Mhm.
One day we're going to be sitting back, and the platform is going to be so large, and we're going to be able to say, you know what? Remember when?
Remember when?
We was sitting down and we was doing this. I'm gonna be able to say, yo, to my guest earlier, Cookie, I'm
Yes.
gonna say, Cookie, you remember you was on the People to People show, and she could be laughing and smiling and say, yeah, I remember that,
Mhm.
and all the other individuals that's out.
It's how I don't fit in a lot of with a lot of people because I'm different. I remember how Jesus wasn't accepted in his homeland, and they said nothing good would come out of Nazareth. And I remember how he went to go get his disciples. You have your crew. So, and then I remember my favorite story is making fishermen out of, I call it making fishermen out of men, when he went to go talk to the fishermen. And I remember when he told them to go back out one more time. And they said, but Jesus, we've been fishing all day and we haven't caught anything. But they said, nevertheless, we'll go back out one more time. And it was that nevertheless where they came back with boatloads and nets and broken nets of fish everywhere. So it was profound to me to say life can get hard. Got all their needs met and decided to drop everything and follow Jesus. So I just keep pushing through the nevertheless and have that faith and keep walking.
I love that. I love that. That's amazing. Nevertheless, something we just need to think
Just
about. Sometimes we be right ready at the edge to give up.
mhm.
And just before you get ready to give up is when God is to bless you.
Yeah.
I had a situation is something I had to do today that I went all the way to the door to the bank to handle some business and realized that I had to back off because I said, something I got to just wait for a minute on some business I had to handle.
Mhm.
And then I realized something. I just got to trust and believe in God and have the faith that everything's going to work out. Condolences to Katrina McMurray at the loss of her mother.
Yvonne, Dean, sorry.
Uh, Her mother.
His spiritual mother.
Oh, her spiritual mother.
His spirit.
Oh, because yeah, you got to understand that I know her mom, so that's her spiritual mom. Okay, wait a minute, because yeah, that kind of scared me a little bit. Thank you. Yeah, you know how we do. It says,
Thank you, Lady Z.
"It is with tears, my mother, a way of God's spirit, my best friend on earth, our mother, the greatest mother of New Glory 2020." Oh, okay. This is her spiritual mother. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, condolences out to. It is all about faith, trusting in God. Don't let the fear get you. Don't let it put you down. We got to make things happen, and and focus on all the things that we need to do, and
Yeah.
so it's really powerful for us to do these things and make it happen. So I'm again just thanking you for your support that you bring to the table. I continue to support you to
Thank
make
you.
the things happen, and you know I don't know what EHOB is over there doing.
I just want to thank you for the opportunity. If you guys don't know Rodney, he has the biggest heart. He opens up his studio. Anybody who wants to learn, he teaches you. I mean, there's people who don't want to teach you anything. I don't know why you wouldn't want to share your wisdom. Everything he knows, he shares. And anybody who wants to learn, here he opens up the studio for internship, to learn the cameras, the technician, anything you want to learn, the process. He's here. He does mentoring. Come on, like, what more could you want? See? There's pumpkin pie over there, and she's learning. And Ehab, Lady Z, and Ehab is the lead technician here. He knows everything, and he's here sharing and giving.
And you see how they be doing things, man. They just be catching me off guard. And sometimes they be looking with. I be just trying to stay in the moment and figure out what's going on. We keep it real on people to people.
We're just having fun here, guys.
Yeah.
Got Lady Z on the camera. This is beautiful. Go ahead, Ehab.
Let me tell y'all something. God is good. We appreciate everybody that tuned in.
Yep.
Again, Cristy, as always, you know it's a pleasure to be in the seat with you. I'm watching you develop and grow. You know, I'm just being a vessel, you know, and supporting. You came into the studio as a guest.
Mm-hmm.
You decided, you know what, look like y'all need some help. You came in, you brought your daughter. Y'all been supporting the program. And then I just realized that you had already been doing what I was doing too, with your own podcasting
Mm-hmm.
sessions.
Yeah, free flow.
Free flow. And so, you know, I encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. Keep helping people. Keep doing that. Sometimes you can't save 100, but you can.
Hello.
Final word, baby. Give them the final
What
word.
am I saying?
Anything you want.
Anything I want.
Something that's gonna.
You have the mic.
This
You
is
get to drop it.
crazy. Okay.
You like jumping into things, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. This is terrible. Okay. Let me see. You guys are amazing. Where's my camera? There. You're amazing. If nobody told you you are amazing today, you are. We have heard stories of fear. Fear is a limitation. Find the root of your fear.
It's people to people.
It's people to
Put
people.
a power of positive thinking people. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Go to YouTube, like it, share with your friends. Thank you.
Whoa.
Catch the next show as Date Night Friday.